thank you to all of you for joining us today on a Thursday evening, and on a very relevant topic of today's time, which is a graduate guide to the changing world of work for a new job. I am Jainil. I'm part of the Ahmedabad Management Association's program committee. Dr. Paresh Kariya is the chair of the programs committee and is responsible for designing so many programs that we see at AMA. So it's a pleasure to see you all today evening, and we look forward to this very enriching session on this relevant topic. I have the honor of introducing Dr. Paresh Karyaji to all of you. And while of course it is not a new face to AMA, in fact, if there is a new face at all in this room, it is perhaps me. But because we were just having a quick discussion, he said it's more than 2 decades that he's been part of the Ahmedabad Management Association. So, sir, welcome to your own institute, I must say. Dr. Kariya is a PhD and an MBA, BE, as well as has a host of other certifications. Is a senior management professional with more than 23 years of experience in high impact senior leadership roles that has emphasized turnaround strategies within the industry and is recognized as a top performer consistently, was achieving business plan and financial goals. Vast exposure and experience in employee engagement, sales, marketing, operation research, and business development. He's accredited management teacher and is also a Six Sigma black belt holder. So thank you so much once again for agreeing to do this session. He's a busy man on a weekday. It's difficult to get hold of him, but we're glad that you could find time and do this session. On behalf of AMA, have a small formality to do of extending a quick flower to him. So I request a round of applause. I present flowers to him, please. And of course, a token of love as well, sir. All right. So on that note, I'll request Sir to take the stage and introduce and of course start his talk. But I just wanted to say that I think never in the history of mankind, I think workplace has changed so radically as it has in last couple of years, I must say. From contemplating things like work from home and things like flexible working hours, things like 4 work week, and so much and more. I think it is very appropriate of AMA to have organized the topic on such a relevant talk, which is going to give a guide on what the new age workplace is going to look like. So look forward to hearing you, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jainil. My voice is audible, clear? Yeah. So big thank you, and I think big thank you to all of you. I think a lot of senior people, youngsters, Dhruv, thank you for coming here. So, and I can assume students are there, graduates, masters. So we'll have a good time today. And topic is very interesting, right? And just the objective of this particular evening topic and the title. This topic is not only for graduates and masters, but this is for leaders because they are going to take care of the new joinee. This is also a specialized input for HR professionals. They hardly get this type of inputs because this is a hardcore exposure put into presentation. So I think for HR people, take it very, very interestingly. It will help you a lot. Leaders, it will help you a lot. Graduates and masters, this will be a roadmap to get a lot of success in the career, right? And everybody knows this is a graduate season, right? And okay, it's my disclaimer standard disclaimer that what all I speak today, it will be in my individual capacity. It has nothing to do with the company I worked and I'm working, because I work in a very senior position. So we have to be very careful. If we speak something, we get a next question: in what capacity you talked, right? So it's my individual capacity. Now, moving on the topic, I want to start with my campus recruitment experience and my journey of last 18 years, because I'm involved with my HR professionals to recruit trainee, or you can say graduates and masters from various colleges across the India. And this talk is relevant to India. It has nothing to do with other country. Okay. So how we spend time before we go to the campus recruitment? We spend 40% time on planning that which college, when, what type of syllabus, right? Then we spend 30% times on logistics because we have to coordinate well with them, right? We should get the people ready there, right? So, and last 30% we work on our past experiences with various colleges, because we never say that we have always delighted or a good experience with the colleges when we go for a campus recruitment. We have a lot of heartbreaks, right? And these heartbreaks, I'll give you an example. Don't laugh, it is simple, right? Because many times we find that they are aware that this company, the team of this company is coming for a campus recruitment, and when we start talking to the candidate, we find that they are not fully prepared. Even we ask a very, assumable question that, do you know anything about my company or our company? And we get to know that they are not fully prepared. So my first input to the graduates, at your campus which company is coming, do a in-depth rehearsal, or you can say study about that company. That will impress, I'll tell you, that will impress them to, take more interest in you. Because if you take interest, company will take interest. That is a very simple mathematics I wanted to tell you. Another challenge, or I can say my heartbreak, you can read it. Because I generally, like the candidate on the spot, we say that, okay, done, can you join us in next 10 days, or can you join us in next 15 days? So accept the first date and time. But 80% plus cases, this masters and, graduates say, sir, can we get more time? Can we come back to you? And, they don't come back in time. That is also my complaint. So I know nobody will say no, but I'm telling you, 80% of the time, this is my heartbreaks. And we go to good colleges nowadays, right? So just mind well that when you are appearing for an interview, get ready, be open that they may tell you next week or next month. So you should have a capacity to tell yes. But when we do a root cause analysis, I will tell you why they don't agree on a on the spot offer of date and time. They have a fear of unknown, which I will talk to you. This is my last 3 years, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Last 3 years I am capturing the top four challenges or issues when we go to the campus recruitment. And this is hardcore data for leaders and HR professionals. And these are the data for the students to understand that what companies are facing challenges when they come to give you the new job offer, right? And I have highlighted few in the red, which I would like to give you more detail, right? Number one, student interface opportunities. Trust me, we want to partner with the colleges well in advance so we can claim and blame that we are with your education process to give you the proper molding to fit into our company job description and long term career. And we have done it with couple of university as a company. So so this student interface opportunities, my problem still, I am open that college don't cooperate with, many reasons, that we are delay on our educational syllabus completion. We had this faculty issue, so this topic is not completed, and we insist that certain portion of the theoretical इनपुट मस्ट बी कंप्लीटेड. ध्रुव भाई, हम लोग जो भी बात कर रहे थे वही है, उधर भी वही प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? सो certain portion of the theoretical work must be completed with the student before they come to my company for a interface. Now interface, there are two type of programs. One is for management type of students, and one is a technical type of a student, example diploma engineer, degree engineer, or master in engineering ME. We do partner, right, where technical training is in depth, right? So interface opportunities are given to the colleges for the student, but their preparation, their cooperation is a challenge, which I wanted to share with you. And maybe here the youngsters can tell their, college leadership that please support, because this will help us, right, in the interest of the students, offer management. See, we go to the good colleges. Even I'll tell you today's current position that I'm very happy with the colleges where I'm going for a campus interview. They are doing good education work. Even they are giving a lot of input to the student in the form of case study, in the form of project, and they're doing good job. So I have no complaint today, if you ask me. Wherever I'm going, I don't have any big complaint on the quality of education. They're doing good, right? They are improving. They are also benchmarking best of the best universities and the college. Trust me. I remember, I will not name any college. I don't want to do any branding right now, but they're benchmarking National University of Singapore in the context of their engineering syllabus, or they're benchmarking some US colleges, which is good, right? So, but again, coming back on my challenge is offer management. The first point in offer management when I offer a new job, number one is to make them understand that what is your position or what will be your position, your detailed job, your day-to-day activity, right? And learning opportunities. They don't buy, because these are all verbal explanation. At the most nowadays we have prepared videos to show them the visuals, that this is what is the nature of work, this is how you are climbing the corporate ladder. But still I'm finding a challenge explaining them my job offer. I don't know, you may be finding this type of challenge as a new challenge, but it is my challenge, I'm telling you. And many HR people challenges also, and leaders challenges also. And I told you, the root cause when we give date and time is a fear of unknown. Why fear of unknown? I'll tell you. When I'm giving you a new job, and let us say you belong to Ahmedabad, and I'm giving you a job at my Mundra port warehouse, where we import a lot of material, to be honest, and we export a lot of material. So we need a supervisor there, and I'm giving you on the spot job that, okay, please join us from 1st of July. And I'm guaranteeing that I will take care of your housing requirements. I will take care of all your requirements. You have to simply pack your luggage just to wear your clothes and some nitty gritty you want to carry. Rest I provide. But still they have a fear. They have a fear on mobility. I'm telling you, the biggest challenge is the fear of mobility. Even I give you a job in Ahmedabad proper, you belongs to Ahmedabad, I give you Ahmedabad, but I keep a condition in my offer that our job is transferable. And you may get transfer every 2.5 to 3 years. And this guy give up. He said, no, sir, if it is permanent Ahmedabad, I am fine. So these are all inputs to the leaders, HR professionals. We have to work together with this graduates and master to make them understand that mobility is in the benefit of their career. Mobility is a part of job. You have to make them understand. Okay. So now, this particular input on graduate guide, right? And I'm telling you, what topic I'm presenting, McKinsey has done a lot of work on this for a global level. I'm talking India level, but they are also doing this work on graduate guide at a global level, right? Now, I want to share top three area in the context of graduate guide. Number one, which is very dear to all of us, that is a skill set, which I'm going to talk, that how has the workplace dynamics changed over past few years. We all are witness. I need not to convince you, we all are convinced, but just to refresh what I want to mean with this point I want to mean that business is changing. We face corona. Post corona also we have a lot of changes, right? So business is changing, and the strategic priority of business is also changing. We never used to talk that revenue per employee, but today we are talking revenue per employee as a new KPI. If you are increasing manpower, but what is the increase in the revenue? If your revenue increase, your profit increase, your cash flow increase, right? So strategic priorities, like we want more expansion in India than expansion outside India. Political Global political situation is pushing me back to think that I must do bigger job in India before I think about Europe or Asian country. This is a top level strategy which is changing nowadays. Environment is changing. No need to tell you, right? Political, legal, social, all this environment is changing, right? Even the way we work is also changing, right? Lot of smart applications in your smartphone, right? You can buy sitting here anything from Amazon or any other applications, right? So all top three factors, which is the great input that business is changing, right? And even you talk about our country, we are a great country. We have the second highest population. Our GDP is dear to rest of the world because we are always 7% plus plus. Exception was corona, that particular period, but we are very dear economy to rest of the world, right? So even we are the on a age level, we are younger country, right? If you look at the chart, we are very young country, we have a lot of youngsters, right? So even mobile penetration, digital penetrations, lot of data supporting that business is changing, business priority is also changing, and your skill set must also cope up with these new requirements, right? Apart from your college learning, right? If you look at this data, that large middle class, right, it is going to be bigger number by 2030. Even India will have 1.38 billion plus smartphone, maybe more than one. Right now we have more than one, right? So all this data clearly telling us that business is changing, business priority is changing, and we have to cope up when we take new job, right? So what I wanted to give you a very small input on a skill set. But before I give an input on a skill set, I have my own problem. Let us assume you join my company as a graduate or a master, but you have to deal with people like us, 45 plus. 45 plus are not smart on the smart technology. And what they will do, they will delegate 100% this technological or a digital work to you. Blind trust, right? And you mash up, right? And you have to listen the music. You got my point. And this culture is not at my company, across the middle age is a challenge to many company, that how we have to reskill them, because you have to give them a lot of input on the technology or the changes happening in the company. Even being a part of researcher, I'm a researcher also, so we did one research and we have 1400 plus employee research in our company, and we got a perception, not the hardcore belief but perception, that this 45 plus years employee are not trainable on a new technology. This perception was in my company. I'm not talking about entire India. This perception was in my company when we did an internal survey. But then, as a leader, as a director in my company, I found it that this is an opportunity. This is not a challenge. I always believe this type of feedback is a breakfast for champion. If you are a champion, you have to read between the line, and I read between the line that no means yes here. And we run lot of program today, and with a confidence I can tell you we don't have this issue now. But it took more than 10 plus month to coach them, to mentor them. Even we have done reverse mentoring. What is the meaning of reverse mentoring? That people like me, age of 55 plus, my mentor is a youngster of 23 years. Reverse mentoring. This 23 years is my guru. He's teaching me, sir, this is how we fast develop the application, run the application, popularize on the social media. All this digital marketing techniques we learn from the youngsters, and we say that reverse mentoring. Our mentors are youngster. Okay, so that's a moment of proud for youngster, right? So these are all trainable. Any survey you take, but I can tell you these are all trainables. Now coming on the skill set for youngster that graduates and masters, top 15 skill, which I will read it, but if you want to study detail, write back to me separately. I will give you tons of material. Okay, like number one, analytical, right? So you can read it. These are all top 15 skills. Like, very dear to me is analytical thinking, forward thinking, right? Even you know adjusting yourself in a pressure type environment, because today we have a lot of pressure in decision making, lot of pressure in executing the project, because every project has a deadline. Like if you are a civil engineer or a project category, I was a project director for Statue of Unity. I used to work with government of Gujarat, central government, and lot of government officials. Their simple one line statement was, this is a date, no argument. We want it means we want it. And when you go to Statue of Unity job site, it's only the vertical, right? Very small space, and you have to work there. And what a dirty space that was. You can imagine at the time of construction, right? And we worked day and night. But back to basics, the top skill I will tell you, you have to cope up with the pressure. You have to, make the decision in that situation, right? So these are top 15 skill set. You will get the soft copy, and this YouTube, it is live. A lot of my people are watching us right now. My company people are also eager, right? So this skill set, but again, whatever dear to me, I want to tell you in detail the skill set, right? Number one, work in progress, keep learning. Graduation is not a full stop. Master degree is not a full stop. That is a beginning. Even today also I'm attending training program. Okay, so it doesn't mean that my learning is over. You have to continue. Always you have to keep learning, because the future is faster than we think, right? We have to be, coping up or maybe ahead of future. I'll tell you, we have one program. This program is on how to shape your mind for a imagination. How to shape your mind on an imagination. If you ask me, I give more marks to imagination than knowledge. Even you are knowledgeable, super degree, but your imagination is good, you are very dear to me. Because sometimes imagination gives you lot of out of the box strategies. Out of the box thinking helps the company. You got my point. And trust me, we use this powerfully. Earlier, I'll tell you, being a part of engineering company, we have a two-man service team for elevator maintenance. One boy gave an imagination that why we need two people. It is only one person job. We can double our productivity. And this boy, with his imagination, he drew out all the work which two people are doing. And he said that 93% of the work can be done by one person. Only 7% of the work we need two people, like hoisting, lifting heavy machinery. You got my point. I'm from engineering industry. So these are all dear, right? Imagination is very, very powerful. Even to support my argument that continuous learning as a part of our journey as an entrepreneur or a leader or a business leader, right? Look at 2006. All these things I have listed was not there. 2006, there was no iPhone, there was no Android, there was no Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, right? Nothing was there. See the change. See, I always forecast that knowledge will double every year. This is my forecast that knowledge will double every year. See, I was reading one book, and there this book was telling that earlier it took 50 years to double the knowledge. Then, worst come was it took 10 years to double the knowledge. But now I'm telling every year knowledge will double. So work in progress, we have to cop up. Again, I will tell you, don't go for each and every learning, but whichever learning relevant to your job, your future position, or your ultimate goal of being a top man in the company, that you must work in that context or a segment of the knowledge. Even look at this picture. 2009 and 2019, this guy lost job. Now drones are doing this job. Are you getting my point? Now drones are doing this job. So technology, even I'll tell you, industry 4.0 and all these things you are listening, right? If you need it, I'll ask George to share the YouTube videos with you. AMA conduct a lot of talk on this type of topic. Now, another input to all of you graduate masters, leaders, and HR professionals, that what executives are reading today, what top men in the companies are reading today. Interesting है. ये सब पढ़ रहे हैं. Like what I wanted to share with you, that 30 technologies which is going to drive, which is going to change the business. The number one is artificial intelligence, right? All these things which I listed here, top executives are reading this technology. If you ask me, I'm reading a lot on artificial intelligence. I'm reading a lot on robotics. Like in 2020, I purchased 47 robots for my Bangalore manufacturing factory. Why I purchased 47 robots? Not to kill the employment of my people, but to cope up with corona. Are you aware that corona, my factory was stand still? How do I work? Very few people used to come, and all these people replaced by these robots, given a different job in various departments. But I will tell you, since 2020, we have a very smooth production in our factory, and that is what I wanted to share with you, that this 30 technologies, top people are reading it. They want to make sure that this they integrate in a phased manner. Faster the better, but phased manner, right? So this is a strategic input to graduates, masters, and leaders, right? Take it forward. Now, at present, right, what is our focus as a company? Now, coming to today's focus, I was talking, futuristic statements with you with top 30 technology. But what is today happening in my company? Our focus number one is customer centric. We always have a dialogue. Who pay your salary? Customer, not the boss. You got my point. Customer pay our salary. So customer centricity. And we give an in-depth program on understanding that who is customer, or what are our customer, why they are customers, what they can give us in terms of business. So customer centricity, we spend 30% time. We spend 30% on operational excellence. See, once you enter into a company, you are a part of operation, unless you join as a chartered accountant, but you are part of operations, right? We spend 30% time over there. And 5 to 10x means balance 40% time. We make you understand that we need more and more business without any shortcut, with all ethical steps, without cheating customer. You got my point. We want speed in getting more and more business, because every business want to grow. I will tell you, if you are an entrepreneur and you grow bigger and you list your company in a stock market, you have to face the quarterly music with your investor, and annual music with the annual general meeting. And I face this music regularly for last 18 years as a part of board of directors. And AGM, trust me, the smallest guy can ask you the worst question and naked you over there, and ask you a very worst question which you feel very difficult to answer, you feel many times very difficult to justify. And that is why, for a new joinee, we always teach them, make them understand that you have to be customer centric, you have to drive our culture of operational excellence, and you have to increase the speed of the business. That is why these three things I'm just sharing with you. Customer centricity, just I wanted to give you a flavor that how we, you know uh, build the foundation on getting their focus on the customer. We first start with the definition of the customer, that who are our customer. Generally, we teach them internal customers and external customers, but we teach them that always be mindful with AEIOU, your nature of work with AEIOU category. Now, AEIOU in the context of customer is the person who accept your goods and services is your customer. The person who evaluate your goods and services is your customer. The person who inspect your goods and services is your customer, right? And the person who make the payment, owner, owner makes the payment, is your customer. And person ultimately using your goods and service is your customer. I will tell you, there is a multiple influence. Now, give simple example. As a part of elevator industry, you buy elevator. Let us assume you are a builder, you are a owner, you make the payment, right? But architect will accept my traffic design, etc., etc., and he said that this is a suitable elevator, builder साहब इसको install कर सकते हो. At the job site, when I complete my elevator, the builder supervisor will do inspection. Are you getting my point? Now you have to put a imagination cap that who are my internal AEIOU and who are my external AEIOU equal to customer. Now this is a basic flavor I was sharing with you, that this is how we start with graduate and master, building the customer centric culture. Are you getting the thought process clear? Operational excellence. If you ask me, the meaning of operational excellence practically is nothing, is QDRR. QDRR means quality, delivery, response, and relationship. These four things define operational excellence. If your goods and services is excellent in the quality, customer will get delight. Your delivery is in time or before time, customer will be happy. Your response is very quick, they will understand that you are empathetic. After taking the order, you don't forget, you respond, right? And relationship. See, end of the day, any business is a relation for lifelong relation. I'll tell you, I will tell you, last 30 plus years I'm in industry, my relation with builders, architects, institutions, companies is lifelong. Even when we meet outside now, we talk like a family. You got my point. But back to basics, the flavor of operational excellence is, if you really want to drive, you have to drive quality, delivery, response, and relationship. Point number three, speed. And speed, I gave you the master key is imagination, right? Every company want to generate more and more business. And I'm telling you, there is a new definition. Company don't talk about market share. Company talk about segment of share. Because you cannot cater the need of market with 5 6 category of your product variety, right? You have to tell that this is my segment and I want to grow in my segment, right? And this is how the new joinee are given an induction, that you are hired in my company to increase the revenue per employee. Are you okay? Now I'm talking very convincingly because I'm doing it with a lot of youngster and masters today. And my leaders are also molded, right? And my HR is also well within the target to talk this subject. Even when you join a new job, company expect solutions from you. Company don't want simple, taking one side or other side, or gossiping, or just supporting others argument. No, 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 no. You have to be solution provider, you have to be decision maker. And when you join as a new employee now, after 6 months the company will expect that you make decisions, you show some solutions to the company. And this solution is mainly for AEIOU, right? Customers. So sentence I can tell, how can we provide solution in the short term? Many challenges are there, and I'm telling you, every day in working capacity today, if you ask me, we learn a lot. Every day something new. Now I was talking to you, to the graduates, the new KPI. New KPI, I talked to you, that revenue per employee. But apart from that, the new KPI which is very popular today in the company is cash flow. Let us say you join my company as a sales manager, or let us say sales trainee. We expect that you educate the customer that without payment we don't book order. Without payment we don't book order. Are you getting my point? We don't book order on relationship. We don't book verbal order. Are you getting my point? Whatever my terms of payment, you have to honor it. And cash flow is very, very dear. It is a new KPI, old KPI, but now new KPI, right? Because without money, company cannot make the payment to other vendors and salary, right? So even merger and acquisition is a new KPI. Company want to be a bigger, right, in their expansion, so they acquire the company. And many times you join a mid-sized company or a small company, your entrepreneur sell this company, so you have to also get acquainted with the bigger company. Are you getting my point? And you are watching that nowadays in Indian economy, the merger and acquisition is a bigger flavor now. And trust me, after 3 to 5 years, you will find more and more acquisition by bigger company, or more and more acquisition by mid-size company also. Like I have one company in Chennai which is mid-size, and my target is to make it 500 crore company. So I gave them a target that this year, means span of this year, you acquire minimum 10 plus company and show me 200 plus crore turnover. Are you getting my point? So it is either way, bigger company, mid-size company, small company, even startup today dream big. If you ask me, if I start a startup in a span of 18, 20 months, I realize that I can be biggest, not bigger. And the next job is to acquire small, all right, to become bigger. And when you acquire, you take care of the geography also, right? That area you cover it with the experience and their standing in the market. Now, point number two in a graduate guide for a new job, very interesting point here is that what challenges the company is facing and what are we doing to fix this challenge when we, go to a new job offer with this graduates and the master. Strategic input for HR people here. The first challenge, sometimes back in my company, was that we had a little induction for a new joinee. Very little induction. So you join my company and 1 or 2 days you are given a flavor and you start your job and start committing a lot of mistakes. Or maybe a couple of months you said this company don't take interest in me, let me quit. Very simple explanation to you, because we have to take a lot of interest in the new joinee, otherwise they will not take interest, right? So little induction or no induction was my challenge. Then what we did is we improved the program. So phase 2, we were enthusiastic. So what happened? We are giving too much information at a time to the new joinee. Now new joinee cannot digest, right? If I give you everything in a 1 week time or 10 days time, you have to take a baby step. You have to practice little bit on a process or policies you have to understand, right? So giving too much information too quickly was also a challenge. And then now we become mature. Okay, so no or little induction. Then second phase was giving too much, and now we are mature company. Our HR has really worked hard, and now we have a very good induction program, right? We have a very good induction program with a 90 days induction, right? And after 90 days we take review, right? So we have good program today, right? Then with the good program, another challenge was we were ignoring the feedback of new joinee. You cannot ignore the feedback of new joinee. You got my point. New joinee has their own feelings or their emotions or their learning feedback, right? And we improved a lot. We used the dialogue, and I shared with you that feedback is a breakfast for champion, because we want to do the excellence in this area also with the new joinee. So, couple of programs later after the induction, that we have now very mature induction process. If you need it, write to me separately. I will drop a process what we are doing, right? And we have a good induction right from the first day till the 90th day. You are taken care, and on 91st day you say that no more induction. Now I am capable. I can do it. And during 90 days also you are doing your job. It doesn't mean that full day induction. Induction is 90 minutes a day for 90 days. Rest is your productive. You got my point. So we make you understand and you digest. And you have to do a lot of homework for first 90 days. Like I am Ahmedabad MDP program. I have attended IIM Ahmedabad MDP program, right? Program is daytime and late night we are working. Even 4 a.m. I used to take tea outside the road, right? So we really give them that sort of exhaustive work for 90 days. And they take interest because there is a guarantee that you will get a better career, you will get a better position, right? So we make them understand everything. And now this is my popular program of 90 days. And the program title is United by Values. Why this program? Apart from policies, procedures, job descriptions, right? Customer interface in 90 days, we want to build the culture of new joinee. We always say that culture is king. Why culture is king? People can copy your product. People can copy your process. People can copy any damn thing of your company, but people cannot copy your culture. Culture is king. If you are working in Infosys, you are working in Tata, if you are working with my company, you said, no, that culture was superb. right? So people love company. Why people love company? Because people love culture, right? Even I'll tell you, today still we have a pizza party on Saturday in my Ahmedabad branch. 4:30 to 5:30 is a pizza party, or any damn thing you like, you order, but we call pizza party, right? So culture is very, very important. So we have this program, United by Values, means we mold the culture of trust, respect, integrity, innovation, and excellence. See, you're joining my company means you put a trust on me, right? So foundation of any business is trust. Whether your customers or your employee or anybody attached, connected with the company, is trust. From trust, we make sure that we develop the appreciation for each other, respect. Respect is very, very important, right? And with trust and respect, the integrity will come automatically, because we teach you code of ethics, etc. We teach you environment, health and safety. All these programs are there in the company. But trust and respect is the fundamental foundation, will drive integrity, innovation, and business excellence. This is our belief, and it is working. It is a very comprehensive program, right? So, and it is developed by my HR. So I always thank my HR team. Apart from, you know, we fixing the challenges, there is a list I am sharing with you, that if we find a new joinee has a lack of knowledge, we ensure that we provide in-depth induction with a refresh. We have, after you complete 90 days, we have a refresh induction also of 15 days. If we find that still we find the lack of knowledge, we have a refresh program of 15 days. Then we have uh, you know training on lack of some skill, like we find a communication skill. I'll tell you, I had one problem. You would like to listen the funny example? I had one knowledgeable sales engineer, but उसका तकलीफ क्या था? His problem was he used to speak very fast. And in a sales profession, if you speak fast with customer, you are in trouble. Are you getting my point? And we started giving a lot of understanding, and then my HR came. Sir, we are trying with this boy for a long time, but he's not getting what we want to tell him. But boy was talent, right? So then because I applied one simple mathematics, I said, let me call him in my cabin, and I said I will play with him. तो किसी को प्ले करना है, resume, you are coming to my cabin, आ जाओ. सबको इसको ध्यान से काम करना पड़ेगा. आप इधर ही आ जाओ. मान लो आप सेल्स इंजीनियर हो और आप मेरी केबिन में आना, तो आप मेरी केबिन में आ गए और आप अभी भी फास्ट बोलना है, वो आपकी जो आदत है जल्दी छूट नहीं रही है, और मुझे आपको कन्विंस करना है. तो मैं कैसे करता हूँ, आपके साथ थोड़ा खेलता हूँ. तेरा आपका नाम क्या है? भाविक. भाविक, भाविक, आपको मैं जो बोलता हूँ वो फास्ट बोलना पड़ेगा. पहले मुझे बराबर सुन लो मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, बाद में उसको फास्ट ही बोलना है. ठीक है? रेडी हो? बराबर सुनो मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, आपको वो बोलना है फास्ट. जिस ताले की चाबी, वो चाबी का ताला. चाबी का ताला. जिस ताले की चाबी, वो चाबी का ताला. अभी इधर आके बोलो फास्ट.
जिस ताबे की चाबी वो जिस ताले की चाबी वो चाबी का ताला. 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 जिस ताले की चाबी वो चाबी का ताला.
दूसरा राउंड देखिए. अभी आपको इसने कितना मिस्टेक किया वो काउंट करना है. यू विल स्पीक 15 टाइम्स फास्ट. बराबर है आपके लिए? आपका असाइनमेंट, आपको पता है कितना मिस्टेक किया आपको बताना है. आर यू ओके? तो आपका भी थोड़ा ध्यान रहेगा. प्लीज स्टार्ट.
जिस ताले की चाबी वो चाबी का ताला. 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 जिस ताले की चाबी वो चाबी का ताला.
ओके. कितना मिस्टेक किया होगा? आउट ऑफ क्लैप फॉर इट. आई थिंक यू आर. अभी ये जो असाइनमेंट आपके साथ, मैं उसके साथ थोड़ा ऐसा किया. उसका नाम था राघव. आई सेड राघव, एंड मेरा एचआर वाला भी था, तो एचआर वाला बोला आउट ऑफ 15 राघव मेड 8 मिस्टेक्स, 8 टाइम मिस्टेक्स. आई सेड राघव कुछ सीखने को मिला? राघव, यस सर. आई सेड नाउ राघव, अनदर असाइनमेंट. आपको बहुत शांति से बोलना है. जिस ताले की चाबी वो चाबी का ताला, वो भी 15 बार बोलना है और मिस्टेक नहीं होगा. देन ही प्रैक्टिस. धीरे धीरे धीरे. वो मेरा एचआर वाला ऐसे ही देख रहे हैं, बोलते सर एक भी मिस्टेक नहीं किया. तो आई सेड ही इज अ जीनियस यार, व्हाई आर यू कंप्लेनिंग दैट ही इज स्पीकिंग फास्ट, ही इज नॉट पिकिंग अप योर ट्रेनिंग. ही इज पिकिंग अप योर ट्रेनिंग, सी, he understood. And Raghav, in the span of 2 months, most popular sales engineer in our Rajasthan branch. So clap for Raghav. मैं आपको क्यों बोलता हूँ ये सब, कि जब न्यू ज्वाइनी आता है, दे कम विथ ड्रीम. आपको उसको समझना है. यू हैव टू कोऑपरेट. सी, हमारा काम है एचआर एंड लीडर का, सो दिस यंगस्टर पर्पस एंड डायरेक्शन. I repeat, effort and courage they bring. Effort and courage they bring to your company. Your job is to show them purpose and direction. So it is not only induction program, but I will tell you work in progress. When any new joinee comes, I think you have to give some time. Don't show politically that you are busy. Trust me, nobody is busy in the company. Politically, they are busy, but trust me, nobody is busy. If I have to make some time management for you, I can. If I can come to AMA, then you can assume I can spend 1 hour for my new joinee. Yes or no? Right? So we must do this type of program. So I have listed that lack of knowledge, lack of skill, wrong attitude, right? Wrong habits, not fully involved. So we have listed the couple of programs. And if you need some material, write to me. We have material also. We have workbook also on this program. So our HR, I always appreciate. They have done a lot of HR along with the leader, supported each other. And these are the programs like we want some faster completion of some project. So we have a program to teach you the faster mode of completing the project, right? We have providing sometimes resource problems. So I listen my people, I provide resources, inspiration. Our leaders are there. Providing vision, we have path making program. Even we encourage them to read minimum 2 book on a path making. Number one is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and number two, First Thing First. When you read First Thing First, you will understand that what is the difference between vision and mission, and you will also understand how to craft my mission statement. So we have a good library with relevant books, right? We have a wisdom program also. So we have some gurus also, right? Even I'll tell you, recently I met one guru of Swaminarayan temple, and he has agreed to provide some spiritual training without influencing any religion. But we gave some topic, and they are also coming to our company. So we have all these programs. So my statement to my people, if you can read, this is the statement I give to my leaders and my HR about the new joinee. What I tell them, whenever we hire new employee, you should be performing employee onboarding to help your new hires learn their job in depth with engagement. If you are not giving the proper onboarding, means induction, that experience, our new joinee may struggle to understand and perform their duties. You may find yourself losing this new joinee, right? And faster than you can hire from the campus, or you can hire from giving advertisement on digital media or a print media. So moving further on the last point of the evening talk, let us say you join as a new employee and you mesh up. होने वाला है आपके साथ. I guarantee you, you are going to make mistakes. You are going to mess up some work of the company, and people like us will give you some firing also. Maybe depend on the person, what sort of firing comes to you, right? Some anger will come to you if you make mistake. So you as a new joinee, my first input based on my experience, keep your ego on the check. I know you come from a respectable family. आपको सुनने की आदत नहीं है, बट कंपनी में आके आपको सुनना पड़ेगा. Are you okay? Because when I joined my first job, Do you know my history? I completed my BE Mechanical from Vallabh Vidyanagar BVM Engineering College, BE Mechanical. And I was recruited, my first job was Helicon Engineering Company. And my first boss was Bhanubhai Patel. And I come from a business family because we have one casting factory in Rajkot. We have one pickles factory in Rajkot. तो छोटा लड़का तो नहीं हूँ, मैं भी पैसे वाला लड़का हूँ, right? And my first job with Bhanubhai. First week of my job, Bhanubhai started giving me a job of ordering tea, cleaning the table. So within a span of 5-6 days, this is idiot job. I am graduate engineer. Ego रहता है ना, घर का ego तो छोड़ो, पहले तो डिग्री का ego था. And during that time, what I am talking is 1989, 1988. वो टाइम पे इंजीनियरिंग का वैल्यू बहुत था और शादी भी जल्दी होती थी वो टाइम पे. इफ यू हैव इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री आपकी शादी जल्दी हो जाएगी. यू गॉट माय पॉइंट. सो I had a trouble and then I called up my father. That time वो अपना स्टैंडर्ड लैंडलाइन से. I said, पापा मजा नहीं आ रहा, मैं नौकरी छोड़ के आ रहा हूँ. एंड मेरा फादर पूछता है, बेटा क्या हुआ? बोला थर्ड क्लास जॉब है. भानु भाई इतने बड़े आदमी होके मेरे पास ऐसा जैसे बोलता है ना, काम वाले जैसा काम करा रहे हैं. टिपिकल सन कंप्लेन टू फादर. और मेरा फादर का एक क्वेश्चन था, बोलते ये कॉलेज में कभी सीखा है चाय बनाने का, चाय सर्व करने का, भानु भाई के लिए गाड़ी चाहिए तो गाड़ी लेके आने का. वो ड्राइविंग भी करवाते थे. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो आई सेड नो पापा. बोलते ठीक है बेटा, 3 महीना निकाल ले, बाद में घर आ जाना. But after 2 months, I got a spark from Bhanubhai Patel. After spending 2 months with Bhanubhai, that Bhanubhai is a very hardworking man. That time he was a very hardworking man. And Bhanubhai saw one good characteristics in me, that my English is very good. So what he did is, all his foreign collaborators were from Germany. He said, Paresh, do one favor. You draft a letter. When they come, you manage them. When I discuss with them, you make a note. So what happened? From that labor, I become secretary, not engineer. But I will tell you, nature of job sometimes challenge your ego. Don't do that. Trust me, every learning in the company or a job is a gift to you. If it is not included in theory, it is your practical. Please do it. So keep a ego on the check. मेरा ईगो मैंने चेक पे रखा एंड आई थैंक माय फादर दैट मुझे गलती करने वाला था जो नहीं कराई. उसके बाद आई रीच टू अ डायरेक्टर लेवल इन मेनी कंपनीज, राइट. बट बी अवेयर ऑफ योर ईगो. बी केयरफुल ऑफ योर वर्ड्स. बोलने का प्रैक्टिस बहुत करना पड़ेगा. जितना आप पोलाइटली बोलोगे वाइल डीलिंग विथ कस्टमर्स, वाइल डीलिंग विथ योर लीडर्स, वाइल डीलिंग विथ योर को-वर्कर्स, प्लीज बी aware of your words. Words are very very important. Bad मत बोलो, not good बोलो. आप समझ गए ना, मेरा लैंग्वेज कुछ अलग है. If I have to say very bad, I said not good. कौन सा अच्छा लगा? Bad अच्छा लगा, not good. Not good में कुछ तो good है. Are you getting my point? थोड़ा वो प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. We always say positive language, right? सामने वाले को हर्ट मत करो. हाँ, जब भी एक्टिंग करना है वो टाइम पे करो, बट ऐसे वर्ड यूज करो कि सामने वाले को इम्पैक्ट करे, राइट. क्योंकि जब गलती होगी तो आर्ग्यूमेंट होने वाला है और आपको प्रोवोक किया जाएगा. यू विल बी प्रोवोक्ड. You got my point. So, and that time your word are very, very important. And this input is not only for graduates and master trainee, but this is important for leaders also and for the entrepreneurs also and HR also, right? ये हमारे लिए practical है. See, whenever you mess up, take responsibility. भागो मत. You said, yes, I made a mistake. I made a mistake, right? But learn from the mistake. Make sure that you do a root cause analysis, that what was the root cause I mess up this work, right? And there are various steps available to correct your mess up, right? See, more than 90% of professional company, this company runs on processes. More than 90% of the company, they call them as a professional companies, they run on processes. So the general hypothesis that person is not a problem, process is a problem. So when you mess up, go back to the process baby step कि कौन सा step मैंने ignore किया and I mess up. If it is a hardcore work, unless it is a soft skill, but if it is a hard skill, it is always relevant with policies and the processes. Even क्वालिटी गुरु जो बोलता है, इसको मैं गुरु मानता हूँ क्वालिटी में, क्वालिटी गुरु एडवर्ड डेमिंग, वो भी यही बोलता है कि देखो 94% of the problems in the business are system driven. System means processes. right? And only 6% are people driven. एक क्वालिटी गुरु है, अ, उसका नाम तो मैं भूल गया, बट उसका एक स्टैंडर्ड विजडम वाला स्टेटमेंट मुझे याद है. ही सेड दैट people make mistakes only two reason. People make mistake only two reason. Number one, lack of knowledge. टीच हिम, ट्रेन हिम, कोच हिम, मेंटर हिम, उसको अच्छा बना दो, लैक ऑफ नॉलेज है तो. और दूसरा है एटीट्यूड. बोलते एटीट्यूड में कुछ नहीं किया जा सकता है, उसको छोड़ दो. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सो ये भी एक स्टेटमेंट मुझे अभी भी याद है कि पर्सन कैन मेक मिस्टेक्स, टू रीजन, लैक ऑफ नॉलेज और एटीट्यूड. बस काम करो, मैसअप किया है, लैक ऑफ नॉलेज है, सीख जाओ, आगे बढ़ो. You got my point. So this is all standard input when you mash up, right? And quality guru has given a lot of wisdom to us. Like, if you cannot describe what are you doing as a process, you don't know what are you doing. So my great input to the new joinee, or when you are getting a new job offer, first foundation step is understand all the processes relevant to your job description. ये आपके लिए पहला असाइनमेंट है, राइट? और आपको आगे बढ़ना है. So bounce back. That is my final message, that if this thing happens when you mash up, please bounce back. Never surrender, right? Even ISO come, I am a ISO auditor also. ISO में तो बहुत, जैसे भी ये इसको बोलते हैं नॉन कंप्लायंस, NCR आता है तो करेक्ट करना पड़ता है, करेक्टिव एक्शन लेना पड़ता है, और प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन लेना पड़ता है. उसको मैं बोलता हूँ CCA PA, करेक्ट, करेक्टिव एक्शन, प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन. बस उसको वही लाइन में आगे बढ़ना है. ऐसे लोगों को ढूंढना पड़ेगा. When you join the company, you have to search these people and sit with these winners. जो सक्सेसफुल पीपल है ना अपनी कंपनी में, उसके साथ थोड़ा दोस्ती करो, उसके साथ चाय पियो, कॉफी पियो, नाश्ता करो, उसको सपोर्ट करो. उसका लैपटॉप हाथ में लेके जाना पड़े तो जाओ, बट ये जो कंपनी है ना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. वो जो बात करेंगे आप सुनोगे तो आपके लिए वो गोल्डन गिफ्ट है. एंड आई डिड इट विद भानु भाई पटेल in start of my career, and I'm telling you, unforgettable benefits. The height of the corporate I have already touched. You got my point. ऐसे नहीं है कि भानु भाई पटेल बहुत पढ़े लिखे थे. भानु भाई के पास विजडम था. ये जो विनर्स होते हैं ना, उसके पास डिग्रीज बहुत कम होती है, बट विजडम बहुत होता है, तो वो हमको लेना है. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? बिकॉज स्टिल व्हेन यू ज्वाइन बिग कंपनी यू विल फाइंड लॉट ऑफ सीनियर्स. सो सीनियर्स के पास आप डिग्री मत देखना, वो 6 सिग्मा ब्लैक बेल्ट नहीं होगा, बट वो विजडम वाला आदमी होगा, right? So this is how we have to, make sure that we spend time with them. इवन जो लोग अच्छा काम कर रहा है उसको जाके थोड़ा अप्रिशिएट करो, दैट हे ध्रुव भाई आप तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो, थोड़ा बोलो ना हाउ यू डिड इट, राइट? सो ध्रुव भाई को भी एक ऑनर लगेगा दैट हाउ ही इज गेटिंग एक्सेलेंस इन हिज एरिया ऑफ वर्क. सो डिसीजन नेटवर्क में काम आएंगे. ध्रुव साहब को आप पूछोगे सर आप कैसे करते हो, तो आपका डिसीजन नेटवर्क भी बढ़ेगा. एंड न्यू ज्वाइनिंग को सब लोग जनरली वेलकम करते हैं क्योंकि आप पॉलिटिकल नहीं होते हो शुरू शुरू में, तो फायदा है, आपका कोई ग्रुप नहीं होता है. बट दैट टू अगेन वी आर वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड इन अवर कंपनी ऑन ग्रुपिज्म और पॉलिटिकल साइड ऑल्सो, बिकॉज एवरी कॉर्पोरेट हैज देयर ग्रेप वाइन. फाइनली all are good. HR professionals, entrepreneurs, leaders, new joinee, all are goods, right? And make sure that you give a assertive message to yourself that day by day you are getting better and better, because we are bound to be better, right, for our performance, right? So here I conclude my talk. Make sure that you understand what I shared just now in the evening talk. You understand and convert this understanding into a practice, and I hope that you will lead your industry, right? Whenever there is a new joinee, they will have a big smile on their face that company has understood us. We are going to work with this company for a long time, right? And they make long career. You get a long, input from them. So here I conclude and open for question answer.
All right, I think Paresh very
Yeah,
rightly said.
we can take any question for 5 minutes. We are on time. We are another 10 minutes, no problem. Right.
Yes, sir.
See,
Don't do
not
your-
relevant to the topic. However, I just wanted to take your guidelines. I came along with my son. I am working with one company called Havels as a general manager. I am a DCA over there. He has just completed his graduation from LS. He is a fresh B Farm, just completed one month back only. He has attended few interviews in his campus and all. Earlier, he was thinking that I wanted to go with sales and marketing or business development. Then probably he selected also with one small company, good company. I should not use the word. And then joining in 1 or 2 days, he find that it is not my cup of tea what I was thinking for. And then now again he is changing mindset. So I'm not just wanted to take your feedback. How can we have any process through which we come to know that how the person is thinking and according to him how he and which segment he need to select so that appropriately he can be a successful in his career.
ओके सो अभी जो हम आपसे बात कर रहे थे लाइक व्हेन वी डू इंटरफेस प्रोग्राम विद द कॉलेजेस राइट जो आपने बोला वही हम लोग पहला इनपुट देते हैं राइट कि भाई आप जो पढ़ रहे हैं थियरी में ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है सब कुछ आने वाला है व्हेन यू जॉइन माय कंपनी और एनी अदर कंपनी राइट बट आपके माइंड में हम लोग ऐसा डेवलप कराते हैं कि देखो नो जॉब इज इरिलेवेंट व्हेन यू जॉइन कंपनी डोंट डिफाइन द एक्टिविटी इज नॉट वैल्यू एडेड और नॉट गुड नॉट फिटिंग टू माय ड्रीम मैंने मेरा भानु भाई पटेल का एग्जांपल क्यों शेयर किया आपके साथ कि एक ग्रेजुएट इंजीनियर इन मैकेनिकल वो टाइम पे आई वाज सेकंड इन माय कॉलेज सो गोल्ड मेडल में थोड़ा मार्क कम था सिल्वर मेडल बोल सकता हूँ इतना टैलेंटेड लड़का थियरी में प्रैक्टिकली नहीं बोल रहा और जिसका मान सम्मान था कॉलेज में क्योंकि इतना अच्छा मार्क्स ले रहे हो तो यू आर ऑलवेज पॉपुलर राइट इन कॉलेज और जब वो चाय बनाने का चाय सर्व करने का टेबल साफ करने का गाड़ी चलाने का माय फादर टोल्ड मी यार कॉलेज में नहीं सीखे कोई सिखाएगा ये सब सीखो काम आएगा खुद का धंधा करोगे तो चाय भी बनाना पड़ेगा सो माय फर्स्ट इनपुट टू specific not only to your son but all the youngster that never ever assume the first 3 to 4 months any company you join based on the nature of activity वो 3-4 महीने में जब आपके ऊपर किसी का ट्रस्ट डेवलप होगा ना आपको सीधा उठा के ऐसी जगह पे डाल देगा which will take care of your dream you got my example I was sharing that मुझे वो जर्मनी का कोलैबोरेशन के साथ क्यों डाल दिया बोले यार परेश का इंग्लिश अच्छा है Panu bhai told the HR people his English is very good. We should involve him when I go for a meeting with the collaborator. अच्छा मुझे वो टाइम पे क्या मेरा काम था नोट लेने का बट मुझे काम कब आया 15 साल के बाद when I become a managing director in my company कि वो टाइम पे जो नोट लिया था और भानु भाई जो आर्ग्यू करते थे कोलाबरेटर के साथ निगोशिएट करते थे वो मैं ट्रेनिंग ले रहा था आपको ये सब एक्टिविटी डिफाइन नहीं करना है आपको आगे ही बढ़ना है अरे ओके एंड दिस इज अ स्टैंडर्ड मैसेज नो एक्टिविटी ऑफ फर्स्ट 3 to 4 months ज्वाइनिंग एनी कंपनी डिफाइंस योर ड्रीम और करियर प्लीज ऐसे मत लेना एनी अदर क्वेश्चन
I just want to add one small thing to that question because I teach sales and marketing. દુનિયાનો એક માણસ એવો નથી જે સેલ્સમાં પહેલા 2 દિવસ પછી એમ થયું હોય કે આજ મારે કરવું છે because at the end of the day sales and marketing is not something which is easy. You have to learn to take rejections and know on your face. So I think it's in fact by far difficult things, but of course all that is required is persistence. So evaluate whether you actually want to do it or not. But once you've decided, I think it's impossible to find a sales professional who would have told you in the first 2 days of his career कि पहला दिवस की मन खबर थी मैं sales करूँ. Impossible. Yeah.
Thank you.
Questions?
Any other questions before we conclude?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know how many trainees, graduate trainees, or say management trainees you take every year, and how many from how many colleges? If you take Gujarat region, then
See, we have tie-up with Nirma Engineering, we have tie-up with Mumbai, we have tie-up with Symbiosis, and our factory requirement graduate engineer training on an average per annum is 16 graduate engineer. MBA we take 5 MBA finance, we take 8 MBA sales and marketing. Now in MBA now we are working with the IT also, MCA side also. Even some colleges we are now negotiating hybrid programs with them, adding some relevant educational input with them. And trust me, many companies are looking forward for Gujarat. Gujarat is one of the popular hub nowadays. Even I'll give my latest example in Gujarat. not engineering college or a graduate college. I went to ITI in Gujarat. I wanted mechanic. साहब ने बताया कि मेरा लड़का बोलता है यार ये काम अच्छा नहीं लगता है, तो ग्रेजुएट इंजीनियर, डिप्लोमा इंजीनियर डोंट लाइक servicing the machine, cleaning the machine, repairing the machine. So we have now recently tied up with ITI in Ahmedabad and nearby area, and we are happy. And I'm telling you, every company is now smart. I'll tell you, we have now program called 90-10. 90-10 means 10% एम्प्लॉय को छोड़ना है और 10% जो नया एम्प्लॉय लेना है, ऐसा नया न्यू ट्रेनिंग लेना है. So it can balance your employment cost also. It can also give the opportunity to the new generation. It can also, give the opportunity for the company people to work with new generation. Otherwise, तो एक आदमी कंपनी में बैठ गया तो जल्दी जाएगा नहीं. Right. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, in that case, just a sorry. In that case, 10% leaving the organization, means you are asking them to leave, or it is they leave by themselves.
No, we have a clear communication with all the employee that your performance, जैसे मैं आपको बताया ना, operational performance, we have their KPI and their targets. If they don't achieve 60% or 60% से below जाते हैं तो फिर they will understand. And today our salary increments are nominal 7.5 to 8%, but our incentive payments are huge. So पूरा salary structure change कर दिया हम लोगों ने. So yes, boy, you wanted to ask me something. आपको कुछ पूछना था?
Is it true that self-doubt is the key of self-improvement?
फिर से आप बोलो, हिंदी गुजराती कुछ बोला.
Should I?
हाँ.
He said कि self doubt is the key to self improvement. ये साचું છે ખોટું છે?
देखो, सेल्फ डाउट, मैं आपको मेरा खुद का एग्जांपल देता हूँ. ओल्ड डेज, बिकॉज आई केम फ्रॉम अ फैमिली, टिपिकल राजकोट स्टाइल फैमिली, आप समझ सकते हो. घर में ऐसा कोई कल्चर नहीं था. एंड व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग माय इंजीनियरिंग ना, वही टाइम से मुझे थोड़ा सेल्फ डाउट था कि यार मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, क्योंकि इंजीनियरिंग ज्वाइन करना वो टाइम पे भी टफ था मेरे लिए. पहला जॉब भी मेरे लिए टफ था. मेरे पे सेल्फ डाउट बहुत थे that I cannot speak in front of so many people, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Self doubt, I'll tell you, is the opportunity. Self doubt, आपको उसको interpret करना है कि I cannot do this thing, then you have to ask next question, how can I do these things? Who are the people can help me? What are the resources? How much time? And I'll tell you, मैं आपको एक बहुत बढ़िया फॉर्मूला दे रहा हूँ सेल्फ डाउट के ऊपर काम करने के लिए. आपको जीनियस बनना है, सबको बनना है ना जीनियस, तो मेरे पास रोबिन शर्मा का फॉर्मूला है. रोबिन शर्मा वाज माय कोच एंड मेंटर फॉर 5 years फ्रॉम माय कंपनी, बिकॉज मेरे भी गुरु होते हैं ना, तो उसने मुझे जीनियस का एक फॉर्मूला दिया है. मान लो आपको कोई सेल्फ डाउट है और आपको उसमें काम करना है, तो पहला काम करना है वो एरिया इंप्रूव करना पड़ेगा आपको, डाउट वाला. तो फोकस, द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज अ फोकस. सेकंड पॉइंट इज डेली इंप्रूवमेंट, एंड थर्ड पॉइंट इज टाइम. So genius formula equal to focus plus daily improvement plus time. बस आप दे दो. मैं आपको एक चीज बताऊं, मेरा लाइफ में पहली बार मैं डायरेक्टर बन गया और मेरा प्रमोशन था एंड मेरा पहला ट्रांसफर हुआ साउथ ईस्ट एशिया डायरेक्टर में. मेरा हेडक्वार्टर था बैंकॉक. ओटिस एलिवेटर थाईलैंड का मैं मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर था. एंड मेरा पहला बड़ा प्रमोशन बोला जाता है ना, मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशिया बेस्ड एट बैंकॉक. द फर्स्ट चैलेंज टू मी वाज व्हेन आई एंटर्ड इन माय न्यू ऑफिस विद न्यू एम्प्लॉई, 80% प्लस स्टाफ इज लेडीज. हम डाइवर्सिटी की बात करते हैं, थाईलैंड में जाके नौकरी करो, पता चलेगा मैक्सिमम स्टाफ इज लेडीज. और इंडिया में काम करो, मैक्सिमम स्टाफ इज मेल, राइट. तो फर्स्ट चैलेंज वाज टू हाउ टू डील विद लेडीज. आप समझ गए. दूसरा चैलेंज था मेरा इंग्लिश. आई हैव अ गुड इंग्लिश बट आई डोंट हैव अ थाई इंग्लिश, बिकॉज थाई पीपल स्पीक वेरी स्लो इंग्लिश. इंडियन पीपल स्पीक वेरी फास्ट. आवर WPM, वर्ड पर मिनट, इज वेरी फास्ट. और मैं आपको मेरा पहला वीकनेस बोलता हूँ, जब मैंने सब मेरा बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर को लेक्चर दिया ना बैंकॉक में, बाहर आके मेरा वो क्लोज वाला मार्केटिंग डायरेक्टर थोड़ा प्रैक्टिकल था. ही सेड, सर योर इंग्लिश इज फैंटास्टिक बट नोबडी अंडरस्टैंड. सेल्फ डाउट आ गया ना कि यार कहाँ फंस गया मैं, राइट. या मेरी जो पीए थी सुकन्या करके यंग लेडी, on a third day she come very close to me, right, near to my chair, eye to eye contact, and asking me a question, boss you are not happy with me, boss you are not happy with me. तो टिपिकल गुजराती बॉय तो भड़क जाएगा ना, व्हाट डू यू मीन, मैंने पूछा व्हाट डू यू मीन, सर यू आर नॉट स्माइलिंग, और भड़क गया, व्हाई शुड आई स्माइल। देखो एटीट्यूड देखो टिपिकल गुजराती लड़के का, मैं स्माइल क्यों दूं, एंड उसको थोड़ा हर्ट हो गया, बोलते सर दैट इज व्हाई एवरीबडी इन आवर मेन ऑफिस टॉक्स अबाउट यू दैट यू आर एरोगेंट, यू डोंट स्माइल। तभी थोड़ा परसेप्शन इंप्रूव हुआ कि ये लड़की ऐसा बोल रही है कि मैं अपनी स्टाइल में ही काम करता हूँ, कभी स्माइल नहीं देता हूँ मेरी एम्प्लॉय को। एंड मैं शाम को एम्प्लॉय कनेक्ट का मीटिंग बुला के आई हैड टू करेक्ट माय वीकनेस, I gave them a nice understanding that, do you know, now let us assume you are my employee, now I'm addressing you very shortly. I said, do you know from where I come? All these Thai people say Mumbai. I said, yes. I said, you know, in India, our problem, they were guessing, our problem, we never smile. India, we never smile without reason. And in India, if we smile at any young lady without a reason, so Sukanya also got the message. And 80% plus ladies staff also got the message that 80% ladies है तो smile करने का practice नहीं है ना ladies के सामने, तो ये मेरी weakness थी. This was my failure factor as a director. तो आपको लाइफ में तो ऐसे काफी वीकनेस आने वाली है यार, आप आज की वीकनेस की बात कर रहे हो, अभी तो फ्यूचर वीकनेस और आने वाली है. More you grow, more you will find that you have more weaknesses. It means that you have more opportunity to become genius. Are you okay? सब आप जितना मार खाओगे ना, आई एम टेलिंग यू, मोर द फेलियर डबल द सक्सेस, नो फेलियर नो सक्सेस, मोर यू ट्रैवल यू लर्न मोर, मोर यू टॉक यू कैन करेक्ट, राइट। तो आपको बहुत कुछ करना है, बट टेक दिस एज अ कन्विंसिंग पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ। परफेक्ट। वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन, अदरवाइज विल कंक्लूड।
केपीआई के बारे में कुछ बताइए।
KPI, key performance indicator, and if you need the comprehensive list, maybe ये मेरे को एक email कर देना. I will email the comprehensive list of KPI. There are more than 75 plus KPI. So every company pick and choose. But top 4 KPI, if you ask me, number 1 KPI is revenue. I want to increase my turnover every quarter, not year. Turnover means revenue per employee बढ़ना चाहिए. Number 2, profitability. I don't want to do charity business. Profitability into bracket ethically. I don't want to cheat my customer. Number 3, cash flow. Number 4, employee engagement into bracket talent development. If I have a good people, top 3, revenue, profit, cash flow will come. But if I have an average people, top 3 will never come. So talent development is my 4th program, right? And last but very important, culture. ये 5 मेरे डियर KPI है एट पर्सनल लेवल. बाकी तो बहुत कुछ है, लाइक अकाउंट रिसीवेबल डे, अकाउंट पेएबल डे, इंटरेस्ट ऑन द, यू नो, ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर देयर, बट जो टॉप है मैं आपके साथ शेयर किया. सो बिफोर आई कंक्लूड, यू एंजॉयड एवरीबॉडी? So look forward to see you again, and my big thank you not to all of you. Thank you so much. And Ajay bhai, big thank you for live YouTube. My employees were watching now. Thank you. Have a good evening. Dhruv bhai, big thank you.
Anytime.
Big thank you. I was supposed to thank you, but